Hey, what's going on, Narrative Mindset? I just got back from the Woodward Dream Cruise, and it was a pretty good event. And I have a 2021 Mustang that I took out there. Um, there were, if you know anything about the Woodward Dream Cruise, there were other vehicles out there also, and it was. It's I guess if you ask me, it's to me, in my opinion, it's the Woodward Dream Cruise is to me is um the livest event where I'm going someplace and I'm uh you're around people, you know, you don't know, you probably will never see again. And you go there, it's all love. Everybody there is a car person. They're happy to see, whatever kind of car that you're driving, whatever. They bring hot rods, they bring there's a lot of different Mustangs out there, a lot of different Corvettes out there, there's a lot of different rat rods, hot rods, uh skateboards, mopeds, all kinds of stuff. What I've noticed though in the last couple of years was there's a really huge police presence out there, and I get where they're coming from. I mean, but it's like, come on, this is the biggest car meet, you know, in the world, I believe, and these people come out here. We're coming out here. You already know, we got a lot of fast cars, a lot of muscle cars, about hot rods, all that kind of stuff. So why are you giving people a ticket for burning rubber? I mean, to me, that's kind of ruining. That's kind of ruining the whole. That's kind of ruining the whole spirit of the Woodward Dream Cruise because at least for me, I only bring my I only bring my Mustang out. Uh, just you know, besides burning rubber around the block, I take it out for the Woodward Dream Cruise, and that's the only time I bring it out and take it out in traffic and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's just a Mustang 5.0, 2021 loaded convertible Mustang, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I was able to do it. Because if you go back, probably 10 years ago, I really highly doubted that I was able to do that. I was like, real hungry to make more money. And, I was like, dude, I would have been happy with you know, a brand new car payment. Never even fathomed, you know, not only getting a car payment, but a car payment for a sports vehicle that that I really don't even drive, which by the way is a bad business decision. But but nevertheless, I I still did end up getting it, and I just adjusted my compressor a little bit. I just adjusted my compressor just a hair, but I never really fathomed that. But I take it out to the Woodward Dream Cruise and everything, and everybody's pretty responsible. I have seen some. I guess I'm not gonna call them idiots, but people who didn't use their intelligence very well. One guy, I think it was last year, he hit some other guy, and he was just like, "Oh, it's not a big deal, don't you know?" It's like, dude, you know, that would be so embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? To go out there, you hit somebody else's car, everybody's watching. It's like, I mean, that would be beyond embarrassing, But thank goodness that didn't happen today. Um, and earlier I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna go. It was a plan to go, but I was like, I'm kind of tired. Kind of trying to talk myself out of it. And I came in here and I did my first video episode earlier, and I said, you know what? There's still a little bit of time, so I will I'll go ahead and run over here. And it was, like I said, I just got back, so it was like I think I left out here at like 4 or whatever. So I said, well, let me go on over here, and I get over there. First of all, when I get on Woodward, I'm actually going the wrong way. Number one, so I'm headed out towards Pontiac, and I get out there and out by the hospital. So I see where I'm going. So I, get in my lane. I turn around, and I'm thinking that I'm going to just kind of coast back through, and then I'll go back home. And I'm good. I did my route through the Woodward Dream Cruise. Lo and behold, I get so far, then all of a sudden, I mean, it's like on the side going back towards Detroit, there's like it's like 5 lanes packed, 5 lanes packed, bumper to bumper. And I'm like, oh, it's a Wilbur Dream cruise, but I kind of wanted to kind of coast through there and do a little ride through there and then get back home. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that because I was caught in the actual uh, joy of the Wilbur Dream Cruise, which is when you're in traffic and everybody's revving their engines, everybody's just kind of cruising through as you bumper to bumper, and you burning rubber, and you know there were so many police out there, so many. I mean, they just kind of, like I said, I think they ruined the mood somewhat, and they had people. I mean, I probably could have counted probably maybe almost 10 people, almost 10 people. The police were on horseback, they were on bikes, they were in plane vehicles, they were like every intersection between the light, it was like 5 or 6 of them, and the side that was going towards Pontiac, they're just burning rubber all over the place. And it's like, dude, I I would do it, but I can't afford the ticket. I can't afford to have that on my license, and just that on my record. I can't afford it because not over a something that could have been avoided. You know, I think I remember. I think it uh was it last year? I think it was. I was sitting at a light, and I think it was a Scat Pack pulled up beside me, or it might have been a Hellcat, something like that. So he pulled up beside me, and he burned rubber, whatever. and, because I drive a Mustang, so you know, all I can say is they're probably think they're better than us plain Mustang drivers, but, my take on that is my Mustang hasn't been to the shop where yours is gonna be in the shop several times, but that's another story. So, he burned rubber right next to me. I ain't even paying no attention. So, we're at a stop, and then we get to moving, and we get about 3 car lengths up, and how those police found him, I don't know, but they beeline right to him, you know, and then there was a couple other people beeline right to him, you know, and then there was a guy I work with, he said that he went to uh, an event. I think he said he went to the Woodward Dream Cruise, and they stopped him and gave him, a ticket for reckless driving and a ticket he got like ended up getting like 5 points. I'm like, "Dude, seriously?" And especially the lane, I'm not sure, but it's kinda an unsaid thing, the lane uh, next to the curb, that's kind of a burnout lane. And I mean, that's just what people do. So, I'm not sure if it's legal or what, but that's what people do. So, and it was funny, when I was going into town, there were 2 girls sitting next to each other. One had a sign that said, uh, "Do a burnout," and the girl sitting next to her had a sign that said, "Don't be a pussy." It was like, really? I laughed when I went past them. It was like, well, I guess I'm a pussy because I'm not doing fucking burnouts or whatever. That's just not gonna happen. But, so we did that, and, I came on back, you know? It was definitely a time that I enjoyed. It was, something I do every year. I need to go to more, car shows. Somebody else told me about one that's next weekend. So they have them all over, at different times. There was another one that was, I think a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. There was another one. So they have them all over the place all the time. So that's not a big deal, but I enjoy going to them because I enjoy, being around car people, you know? And I wanna make that clear. I enjoy being around car people that like vehicles. I like being around car people that being around car people that enjoy, vehicles, whatever kinda car you got. They enjoy vehicles. They're happy for you that you have a vehicle. They're, y'all can chop it up about your car and their car, or they'll ask you some questions about it, and y'all can have a conversation. I like that, you know. Um, and it was pretty cool. It was like there was one female was driving a Corvette. It was her, and then there was a couple cars back. Then there was another Corvette. So it was like two white Corvettes, like had 3 cars in between 'em. I'm not sure if they knew each other or if they were, you know, together or whatever. I don't know. It's not my business. Um, but it was definitely, it's always definitely a fun event. Uh, but I would like to find a spot to kinda park and, and watch some of it. There's a gas station that I usually stop at. I stopped there today because they always have porta potties and you can park. Got a compliment on my car from a guy who was parked right behind him. So that was cool, and we kind of chopped it up about my Mustang for a minute. But it's a pretty good gas station, and I'm pretty sure they make they definitely make a profit because they're, everybody stops there, and plus they have porta potties, so it's kind of, the porta potties are like the magnet, where everybody, to get everybody in there, and everything else kind of just falls in place. If you stop to get gas, whatever, you got to use the bathroom, run over to the porta potty. If you stop at the porta potty because you got to use the bathroom, you say, "Oh, let me grab a snack." You run in the gas station. So it's kind of, the porta potties are the they're the central part of that gas station. But besides that, uh, there was a guy that helped me. He was kind of directing traffic or whatever. So he helped me bag up, helped me get back in traffic. And then when I got down by, because it's on Woodward, for those of you that don't know, uh, when I got down by uh, 696, then there was a TRX right there. And I mean, that TRX, he was fast. I didn't want to. I got to. I was doing over 100, and I was like, let me slow down because this is like, you know, tear some shit up, time. So let me slow down. So I ran it a little bit and then kind of got off of it, and came on back home. Kind of punched it a few times before I got uh back to my apartment or whatever. Even when I went through the gate, I punched it real quick. And then guess what? She's parked. And I told her I will see you next weekend because I came pretty close to, it was questionable moments, but you know, made it back home, no scratches, had a good time, whatever, whatever. So I had a good time. I definitely had a good time. That was it's always enjoyable. It's something I look forward to. It's something I think that I feel I deserve. And you know, back to enjoying my weekend now. Um Bought some corn chips and some sherbet. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Um I probably munch on those. I might. Probably. I had some chili too. I don't know if I say anything about that. I made some more chili. I think it was a couple days ago, whatever. And when I make my chili, I make it with ground beef. I put six uh, peppers in there. I put about 4 or 5 onions. Then I put diced tomatoes, a can of tomato sauce, a half can of tomato paste, 2 packets of chili powder. I put some season all in there, and I put a big old can of chili beans in there, and then I let it simmer. Usually, I'll put celery in there also, but I didn't put celery in there this time. But maybe the next batch I might put celery in there because celery, the greens help the flow a little bit. I mean, you're going to the bathroom either way, but the celery I think helps the flow a little bit. So that's a good thing. But I think that's probably what I'll have for dinner. Cause I had a bowl before I left, but I'll probably have another bowl right after I'm done with this episode, and then have some ice cream, maybe some corn chips, whatever, and chill out for the rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I've just been a while since I could say that, because of my last job, it was like we had to work Saturday, and it was like we were working 6 to 4 Monday through Friday, and then 6 to 2 Saturday. Of course, I brought home a little bit more money, but I don't really like giving up my afternoons and my weekends. So, kind of happy with this job that I have now. Actually, I got a text message and I signed up for their insurance. It doesn't take effect until October, but I did get the paperwork and kind of signed up for it and everything. So I will be able to get off of my insurance now that I'm paying for, which is probably 482, but it's about the same price. I'll be paying about the same price, but the insurance will be a little bit better, but I'm paying the same price. So, um, and it came with I think I paid I ended up paying like 48 bucks, I think. So, but I'm paying for life insurance, health insurance, um if you get hurt on the job and you got to be at home, I'm paying for that. So I mean that's not a bad deal for $48. I think $48 a week, I believe. So that's not a bad deal. You can't beat that. And uh I'll definitely keep the the dental insurance that I have right now, I'll keep, but I'll get rid of the health insurance because the dental insurance, now I'll have two plans. So therefore, my dental bill, whatever they have to do, will be almost non-existent because I have two dental plans, which is very unusual. And dental work can get a little risky depending on what you have to get done. So, as long as I got that, and if I got one insurance that's paying 50%, the other one paying, you know, 40%, or both of them paying 40%, then all I have to do is pay 20%. So that'll work out pretty good. That's where dental insurance ends up being worth it because the dental insurance that I have right now is only I think like $10 a month. I think something like that. So I mean, you can't beat that, for that kind of coverage. And the other, I think their insurance is like $14 a month or something like that. So I mean, you can't beat that. There's no question if that's worth it or not. For $10 a month, you get dental insurance and it's all covered. Because your teeth are constantly deteriorating. Your dental insurance is almost just as bad as health insurance because you can have end up getting all kinds of stuff. Teeth pulled, teeth cleaned, you know root canals, all kinds of stuff. And the funny thing about dentists too is they think they slick, but dentists, they look at your insurance and they do everything, that they can do, and which I can't blame them. They get all the money that they can do. So they say, oh, well, your insurance will pay for this, that, and other. So, we're going to schedule you for this, and this, and they're just using up whatever your insurance is willing, it is going to pay for on your plan. So, I can't blame them for that or whatever. All the services are needed because, dental insurance is, it's kind of not a something you can it's something that's going to go wrong regardless. So therefore, it doesn't matter when it gets done. It just matters, with your insurance, how long it's been. If it's been, uh, if it's been 6 months, if it's been a year, if it's been, you know, whatever, and it's just the timing. So, but besides that, oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, uh, you're probably wondering why I keep looking away. When I'm looking away, I'm kind of thinking, so if I'm thinking like, well, you know, um, and I do that, it's just me thinking. So just to let you know, I'm not, I don't have some fucking, weird, you know, whirly eye movement or something. I'm just looking up and thinking. And I don't know. I just have a habit of doing that all the time. Um, But hey, I wanted to get on here and I wanted to give you guys an update of, of how my outing went to the Woodward Dream Cruise. And hey, I appreciate you listening. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a comment, and you already know, follow the podcast and help this podcast grow. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day and a great weekend. Have a good one.